Hello, my name is Jenny and I'm back for another Cricut tutorial video. Today I'm going to show you just how to make basic stickers with your Bitmoji. If you are someone who needs help creating the actual Bitmoji or help getting it onto your computer, that's not what this tutorial is about. This is about what to do once you have already done those things. So I created my Bitmoji a long time ago, and then this morning I went in and I selected in the app several random images that I thought would be cute to put on stickers for my students. And then you can either email them to yourself, or because I have a Mac, it's super easy to just send them to my computer. And then I put them all in a little folder on my desktop just to make them really easy to find. So I'm going to click upload. I already have one that I played around with a second ago, but you're going to upload your image. So I can pick from any of them. Let's see, I'm going to pick this gold star. If my computer will cooperate, there we go. And it's really important that you click complex because as you can see, the quality of the image goes down. We want complex because that's the highest that Cricut will allow, and it still kind of looks funky, but number one, my students are like 8, so that doesn't really matter to them, and also when your image is smaller, you won't really be able to tell. So you're going to click continue, and then I'm getting rid of as much of the white as I can. Don't worry about getting in between these letters, because when you print it on your printer paper, that's going to be white anyways. So I'm going to click continue. And then here you have two options: save as a cut image, which is if I was cutting it out of vinyl. Obviously, I'm not doing that. We want to save it as a print then cut image. If you like to name your images, I'm normally way too lazy, but there you go. Gold star Bitmoji. And then I'm going to click save. Awesome. So for now, I'm just going to use my gold star. I'm going to click insert. So now I've got this basic star sticker, and there's a couple different options. You can go ahead and upload all of your Bitmoji images, and for your sticker sheet, just have a mix of different phrases and such. Like if I wanted to just have one say gold star, one say killing it, one say A+, whatever. Or you can make an entire sheet that says gold star, an entire sheet that says killing it. It's kind of up to you. So I'm going to make this one invisible for now. The first and really important thing to know is that when you do print then cut, there is a size limit that your machine will cut. And that is 6.75 inches by 9.24 inches. And that's actually too large. It has to be under that size. Basically, the only thing you need to do to make sure that your machine will cut out the most stickers at the same time, I always like to have a little plan in the background so I can see how large it needs to be. I'm going to click this so I can have a rectangle. And then I'm going to type 6.74 inches by 9.24 inches. So this is the max amount that your printer will let you do. If you've ever worked with a silhouette, which I have not, but I've played around with the software, you can cut way more than that, but the Cricut is more user-friendly, and that's why some of the things, it's a bit limited on some things because it's just so much easier to learn to use. So we're not actually going to print this image out, this dark gray rectangle. That's just showing us if we go beyond that, it's not going to print it. So I'm going to just move it to the back. That way my stickers will show up on top. So that's a massive sticker. As you can see, it's like 2.5 inches long. I am just going to make it 1 inch long. And you'll notice the height is a bit taller. Whichever dimension is higher, that's going to be the one you want to be 1 inch. Okay? So now I'm going to zoom back in so we can see what's going on. Now, when my machine tries to cut this, it's going to cut the little G and then the O, and I don't want that. I want it to just cut a nice little square sticker. So I'm getting a square, and I'm going to color it white, the same color as my sticker paper. And then we're going to make the square the same height as your tallest dimension. So mine was 1 inch. If it was 2 inches, you would make your square be 2 inches. That's up to you. So I'm going to make it be 1 inch. And then I'm going to move it behind my Bitmoji icon. There we go. Last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select both by clicking on one, holding shift on my keyboard, and then I'm going to do align center. And as you can see, it's perfectly centered. Now, it kind of overlaps a little bit. If that bothers you, go back and make your square just a teeny bit bigger. Like that. Align center. It didn't really bother me that much, to be honest, because I know my students and they're not going to care. They're just going to think it's hilarious that my face is on a sticker. So the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually attach these. Okay, now when my computer or when my machine tries to print then cut, it's going to print everything, but it's just going to cut out this little square. So if you were gonna make only a sheet full of gold star, you could just keep clicking duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Or if you were doing a mixed sheet, here's my killing it. I'm gonna go make that 1 inch. Okay, that was the largest dimension. I'm gonna click shapes and then change this to be white and then be 1 inch tall. Move it. Oops, didn't want to move it to the back. I just want to move it backward. There we go. And then I'm going to align them so that they're centered both directions. Now, if I don't click attach, you'll notice over here, it thinks that I want to cut this out. Once you attach them, most of the time it automatically changes to a little printer icon, but if it doesn't, just click on it, on the color circle, really any part of it, and go up here and just make sure it goes to print. But once you attach them, it usually does that automatically. So I'm going to just duplicate these images because I'm not actually cutting them out right now. I'm just going to keep duplicating. And we've got a few options of how to physically get this to print. So right now I've kind of, as you can see, I'm kind of making my own little rows. When you go to print then cut, number one, make sure you get rid of your black square. But when I click make it, it is automatically putting them in rows. And when I go to cut it out, it's going to cut around the outside of these. You'll notice even if I drag this one down here, it's still going to rearrange. So what the easiest way to do, if you don't really care what order your stickers are in, just select them all and keep duplicating over and over again, and you don't really have to do anything else. Just keep duplicating and clicking make it and see if it fills it up. See how it's just filling it up for me, which is super nice. If you did care about the order of your stickers, all you need to do is keep that square there for now and just sit there and physically align them yourself. And then before you click make it, you're going to get rid of the rectangle. You're going to select all of them and you're going to click attach. And it's going to look weird right now because I didn't take the time to do that. But when you go to make it, it will have, it's too large right now because all of these guys, but it will have your stickers exactly how you made them. Now, go away. I'm going to undo that. I don't want to attach all of mine. So I'm just going to keep duplicating. And it's easier if every single time you select everything and then duplicate. because now it's duplicating all of these groups. And when I go to click make it, now it's going a bit slower. It doesn't like how detailed my images are and how many of them I have. My design space is very slow. When I click make it, as you can see, it has automatically placed all of my stickers, and because I put so many, it automatically brought them onto a new page, which is kind of neat if you are doing multiple like random stickers. You can just upload every single sticker you have once and just duplicate it a bunch of times, and it's gonna automatically put them in here for you. Now, I'm only doing a screen video. I'm not really showing you how to cut them out, but if you were to be cutting them out on sticker paper, which by the way, you don't have to use sticker paper. If you go to any sort of office store, they sell mailing labels that are 8.5 by 11. In other words, they're just the size of a normal piece of paper, and they're just big giant white stickers. That's what I use 9 times out of 10. And then on your machine, which I'm only going to turn on to show you what settings I use. Okay, if you are using actual Cricut brand sticker paper, great for you. Then you're going to turn the knob on your machine to custom, and then I'm just going to tell it I've already printed. And then when you go to browse the materials, select sticker paper. Otherwise, I found that doesn't really work if you're doing the 8.5 by 11 pieces of shipping label. This one, that's Cricut brand sticker paper, and you definitely can do that, but it's much less inexpensive to just go get those 8.5 by 11 mailing labels. They even sell them like store brand, so they're a bit cheaper, but that's what I use, and they work just fine, especially since my students are 8, they don't care. And whenever I do that, I actually click sticky note. I have found that cuts much better, and every machine's a bit different, especially depending on how dull or sharp your blade is. I have changed out my blade, and sometimes it might cut through the sticker paper. If you've noticed that it cuts through your sticker paper instead of just cutting the stickers out, just click on less pressure, and it will do that a little bit less. And so if I were to load in my my sheet now, I'm going to put my sticker paper on there. When I click cut, it should cut out each one of these. As you can see from the preview, it's going to cut each one of those out into a square, and now I've got a bunch of Bitmoji stickers. Hooray! If there was something else that you wanted to do with your Bitmoji, just let me know. I'm mostly just doing Cricut tutorials, so I hope this was helpful in making your Bitmoji or really any image that you wanted into stickers.